Welcome back to This Week in Health Daily, where we invest in your career. A little while ago, I had a great conversation with Jonathan Manis. He is the CIO for Christus Health in Texas, but prior to that, he was the CIO for Sutter Health in San Francisco. And it was a great conversation because I think John distinctly understands Silicon Valley because he was so close to it and because he was so steeped in that culture. I think he had a sense for what they do well and what could be applied to healthcare. Have a listen to this, and I would say just start applying it as soon as you possibly can. Throw open the doors, invite people in to help you solve the hardest problems you have. Silicon Valley has, DevOps versus what we have as traditional IT. They have, a team-based model. We have a hierarchy still within IT. They do Agile, we do Waterfall. They do fail fast, we do never fail is more our mantra. So, from a culture standpoint and a technology standpoint, how do we go beyond the slide? How do we go beyond the almost cliche slide of Netflix and Kodak, and we need to change as an industry to go, all right, here are the things we need to put in place?
Yeah, and it ties into what you asked before, and I maybe cleverly avoided the question, which is, how do you enable this? What do you really do? And there's a utility function we have to provide to our organizations. The systems that they run on need to be responsive, need to be high performance, need to be up all the time in order to do those things. But Bill, those are transaction systems. And as a customer, I don't give a flip whether you have Epic, Cerner, Meditech, or whatever. You're not going to get a single additional paying customer because you're on Cerner or because you're on Epic. It doesn't work that way. People don't care about your transactional system. Keep it up, keep it running, make it responsive to your clinicians, but don't think that that's going to be a differentiator in the marketplace. What I see as the CIO role for what you just described is to throw open the shutters, unlock the door, let in some light, let in some people from who want to partner with us from retail and the service sectors. We have been a very closed industry because we were something different. Those innovators, those millennials, those populations that want something different from healthcare, they want to help us. There's an altruistic attraction about people who are called to work in healthcare. And people would like to give us a couple of their years of time and talent. They want to help us. So why do we keep them at arm's length? We need to embrace them. We need to embrace things like the Agile methodology. We need to understand that we are going to fail, not on the transactional side of things, but on whether or not the pop-up notification about you getting a flu shot. Is it targeted right? Is it worded right? That's where we need to be doing our innovations and investing in, not in the transactional infrastructure.
Gosh, John is so articulate. The so what comes around John's phrase of throw open the doors. The question becomes, how do you do that? So you have some innovative solutions that have been done within the industry. You have Cedars-Sinai doing an accelerator where they have these entrepreneurs who are solving a myriad of problems come in, they connect them with their clinicians, and they accelerate what they're doing. You have entrepreneur in residence, organizations like Providence and Banner are doing that. We've had them on the show, and they talk about really focusing in on a problem that they're trying to solve and then inviting a vendor in and really going deep with that one vendor. But some of you are saying, look, I don't have a big innovation program, or I'm not even in a place where I could do that kind of thing. There's one area that I really want to focus in on, and it stems from conversations I've had with CIOs and others over my years, and it is when people say to me, I don't like vendors. I think that is a very detrimental attitude. And the reason it is because vendors could be the source of a lot of really good solutions and a lot of good collaboration. When you think about it, vendors have the potential to visit a lot of different industries, to visit a lot of different health systems, to visit payers, pharma, others. That gives them sort of a different perspective on the problems. And when you find a good vendor, invite them out to lunch. Tap their brain, talk to them about your problems and see if they have some creative solutions on how to solve those problems. The so what is, throw open the doors, invite people in, help them understand what the problems are, and see if you can't crowdsource a really good solution to a healthcare challenge.